Hello and welcome to Rando Tech Info, and in today's episode we're going to be talking about this PUBG mobile controller. So I know the first question you're probably asking yourself is, why is there a mobile controller specifically made for PUBG? Will it work on any other games, and why isn't it just marketed as a controller for other games? Well, the reason is other popular mobile shooters like Call of Duty, for example, support regular controllers. They support real controllers like Xbox One and DualShock controllers. So you can simply Bluetooth those and use those without problem. With PUBG does not support, PUBG Mobile does not support controller use. Now, there are a lot of different workarounds for this, and we'll talk about those in a second, but just know, while this is marketed as a PUBG controller, it will work. The functionality that I show you with this controller will work for any shooter I've ever tried. As long as you can map the buttons on the controller a certain way, which I believe most mobile shooters allow you to do, then you will be able to use this on other games. So as I mentioned, there are other solutions for using a controller when playing PUBG besides the one I'm going to show you today, but those seem to have greater issues. They're either expensive, or they're a pain in the butt, or they risk getting you banned from the game. So for example, there are cords you can use to actually physically connect your controller to your phone to try to get this to work, but there's APKs you have to download to do that. In some cases, you have to root your phone. Nobody wants to go through that just to play one game. There are some actual just made for mobile controllers, like some of the kinds that like you can actually attach to the sides of your phone to game. Some people say some of those work for this game, some people don't, but those typically are pretty expensive. And if controller support's not supported and you kind of force using the controller, or you get the controller to work, you do run the risk of getting yourself banned because you're using a software or peripheral that was not meant to be used with the game. And that's part of the risk you run when you use other software apps such as Panda or Octopus to try to run this game, to try to give it controller support, is because that's not supported, you do run the risk of getting yourself banned. I'm not saying you will get banned. I'm sure some people are going to watch this video and be like, you're nuts. I've been using this stuff. I've never gotten banned. And that's great. Hopefully you never will, but you can't guarantee that you won't, because those are software solutions. And if for some reason Tencent decides one day, hey, we don't want people using that, or we consider that cheating because you're using controllers and other people aren't, then that can lead to issues. In addition, those apps that allow you to give you that controller functionality, because those have to run in the background with the game, it can sometimes slow down your performance of the game as well, particularly on older devices. So just a little bit of information about this device before we get into showing you how it works. It comes in this box. I got this from Amazon. It was $17.99. It's made by a company called Delam, D-E-L-A-M. It has a 4-star average rating out of 346 ratings. It does have a fan on it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the power button here. I'll show you where this is. There's a power button right here. And if you hit it, it starts a fan. And I'll hold it up to the microphone here so you can hear it. Okay. It sounds much louder on the microphone than it does in real life. It's actually pretty quiet in real life. But the problem with it is it's not exactly setting the world on fire with power. And as you can see, I'm holding a piece of toilet paper up to it, and it ain't moving much. I'll hold it up against the back here so you kind of see. It's not exactly putting out tornado force or gale force winds here. So yeah, it's there. Not sure how much good it does. The little bit more useful feature that I think this thing has is it does have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery in it. Actually, it has two 2,000 milliamp hour batteries in it, one in each handle. And by plugging into the USB port in the back with a cord that will plug into your phone or your mobile gaming device, it will give you some extra playing time with this battery. Now, I said it claims to be 4,000 milliamp hours of power. In my experience, it does not seem to be quite that much, but it will give you a few extra gaming sessions out of it. So it's definitely there. It definitely does help a little bit. So without any more wait, let's show you this bad boy in action. Okay, so as you can see, I've got PUBG booted up with the controller. So to insert the controller, it's pretty simple. You just put it up here and you push forward and the back extends, as you can see back here, and then boom, it fits. Pretty much any controller or any phone, I mean, should fit inside this controller. I would not think it was an issue. The only issue I've ran into sometimes is the case, because sometimes keep this from fitting pretty securely, but even most of the time, most cases work pretty well. So let's go ahead and fire up a match. So as you can see, I've made the jump out of the plane. Something you will notice, you still have to use the controller to crap. So as you can see, I've already jumped out of the plane. I accidentally opened my chute way too high up because I was messing around with the camera angle as I was doing this. But as you can see, to control your character, you do still have to use the screen. That is one potential drawback you might find with this solution, is you're not getting a true joystick experience as far as the controller is concerned. You're only getting the trigger experience with the triggers here up top. So if that's something that matters to you, then this might not be the best solution. I don't mind using the screen to move around, so I still think this works out pretty well. So just to show you how these triggers work, and I'm going to show you on the back real quick. The triggers are back here, and they're actual physical triggers. That's why you don't have to worry about getting banned for using this, because there's no software modifications. So you just click the left trigger to aim and then the right trigger to fire. It works really well. It doesn't look fancy, and when you first hook the thing up, you probably think to yourself, well, you know, it just looks like a clunky mechanical solution to this problem, but it does work. Like I said, it's pretty darn responsive. One quick thing I do want to mention, so you need to make sure that you move the aim button and the shoot button obviously up to the top of the screen, okay? That way the triggers can hit it. So, oh, geez, I'm trying to record a video here, dude. Good gravy. Seriously, people don't have any respect for the process. All the other controls, movement, jumping, you know, going prone, all that stuff, that'll all still be done on the screen just like you normally would. Oh man, I have teammates. I didn't want to finish this game, but I'm going to feel bad if I leave them. Ooh, headshot. Warming up. Just one enemy left. Time for that sweet chicken dinner. Yeah, baby, chicken dinner. Woo! Okay, so that's proof that the controller definitely works. Just for full disclosure, when I first got that controller, I started playing a lot better and I kind of climbed the rankings a bit. I used to feel a little bit of guilt about that, but since you know, more and more controllers are coming out now with shoulder triggers, and those definitely work on the game, I don't feel too bad anymore. Yeah, shoulder triggers are probably actually even a little bit more responsive. I will say though, for the controller, I do like the positioning of the triggers better. I like the fact that they're more like a traditional controller and I can use my fingers back here on the triggers as opposed to up here. So that about wraps it up for my demo and quick review of the PUBG controller. Like I said before, it's not a perfect solution. You do still have to use the screen to move around. It's not that perfect joystick experience, but it's not that expensive. You're not going to get banned for using it, and since it's so simple and easy to use, it's one of those situations where I feel like it's better than nothing, and in this particular case, the best solution. If I were going to give it a letter grade, as I do with my other reviews, I would give this controller a very solid B. If you yourself have any experience using mobile controllers, please put those experiences down in the comments along with the product you use so other people can learn from them. As always, I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Rando Tech Info, signing out.